Alright guys, welcome into a Dune Weekly half final, FFA half final. We have Zis, Goat, Doghead, and U12 in our match today. My name's Cream. I'll be your host for this long adventure we're about to go on. Because FFA has been taking quite a while these days with the way the patch is. So we're starting on our Corrino player. Our Corrino player is this, I believe. And yeah, no, this is our Harkonnen player. Pardon me. And this is playing. The interesting counselors. I just want to make sure I don't give you guys the wrong information. So I will tell you which counselors he's playing in just 1 second. Okay, so he's playing Nefud and he's playing Raban. So Nefud's gonna give you the 50% of costs refunded upon death and the minus 30% training time, and the Raban gives you plus 50 Solari for every rebel killed and plus 1 militia slot. Goat is our Corrino player. Unfortunately, his stream is kind of laggy, so we're not going to be looking too much at it. But he's got an interesting setup. He's playing the two sisters. He's playing Irulan and he's playing Winsikia. So Winsikia gives you double building costs, but double building placement. So she allows you to build 2 buildings in 1 village, and then of the same kind. And so Irulan allows you to ally a siege in a neutral territory, and she gives you some Landsrad buffs to anything that was Imperial mandated, so it gives you double your votes. You don't see Irulan played a lot, so this is kind of interesting. He's not playing Fenric and he's not playing a Ramsham. Doghead is our Smuggler player. Doghead is the current FFA champion. He won the tournament last week, and he's playing Smuggler and he's playing... I'll tell you in a sec who he's playing. He's playing Staban. And Staban gives you the extra underworld headquarters and 5 Solari per neighboring headquarter, and he gives you 1 extra underground headquarter slot. And he's also playing Drisk, who gives you automatic information level 1 on everybody. Her ornithopters are 50% faster, and they're invisible, and they discover points of interest 50% faster. So Drisk, I'm not really sure like how useful Drisk is, to be honest. But he does play quite a bit of Smugglers, so he probably knows more than me. I mean, I like Lingar or Banerjee better. Banerjee is going to be when you're aggressing somebody, so he's definitely not going to be an aggressive player. And I've watched quite a bit of his games lately. He tends to play a very greedy play style. He just runs around the maps and pillages. He doesn't invest too heavily into a lot of red tech, and frankly it's because aggressive playstyles have gone extremely out of favor lately with the way the patch has been. So a lot of people are choosing to just go heavy eco builds, heavy political builds early, because early aggression has definitely been nerfed quite heavily. Our 4th player is U12. He cannot stream, so we're not going to get his view of the game, but with U12 he is playing Atreides. So, it's not going to be too much action over there anyway because he's playing Atreides. I would be interested to see what counselors he chose, but we're not going to be able to get that information this time around. Unfortunately, he cannot stream for us. So we got a pretty standard start. It looks like the Smugglers and the Harkonnen are neighbors. Harkonnen's to the east of Smuggler. It looks like Smugglers are on the south in this game. You can see the Harkonnen borders on the Smuggler map simply because he can see through the fog of war, because Drisk gives you an automatic infiltration level of 1 on your enemies. So you're going to be able to see some basic information on them if you open up the spying menu, and you can click on the faction there and you will see some information about them. You get more information at level 2, but that's going to require another agent from him. I think that's a very underrated aspect of this game. People do not increase their infiltration levels on their other factions, on the enemy. You can see on his map right there, you see the outline of Corrino, and you see the outline of our Atreides player. And Corrino and Atreides have spawned rather close. So is Harkonnen and Smuggler. But you can garner some pretty important information from the infiltration level. You can see at level 2, you can see how much CP they have, what operations they're researching, influence production, Solari production. You can get a lot of stuff. So a lot of people, if you do get that Bene Gesserit agent, I think it's best used by placing it on the infiltration level of an opposing faction, preferably one of your neighbors, because you want to see what your neighbor's doing. So standard smuggler opening, he's probably gonna lose that melee unit, but he's gonna be pillaging here, pillaging everything. Smugglers ignores the pillage penalty with the right tech, so he's not really worried about um, not being able to capture those regions later. Standard smuggler opening. Harkonnen on the other hand. So Harkonnen with Nefud, you have to micro manage your units really well because they cannot regenerate. Ideally, you don't want to lose your first 6 units, and you want to get them to level 2 veterancy, because then they can start healing, and you basically have your early game pillage squad. Yeah, but that just requires a little bit of micro. Some people don't care about it because their units are so cheap with Nefud. He does refund you your manpower. And but when I'm playing Harkonnen, I tend to like to get them up to veteran level, just so I don't have to keep recycling those units. Our first vote is up. Nothing too crazy here. Let's see the results here if we get a chance to see them. But yeah, Hark also standard opening. He's gonna pillage here or capture that. I'm not sure. Can't see the map. Our Corrino player, they got a pretty nice spawn, because I don't know if I think the most likely player to do any early aggression here is gonna be Zis, but the Corrino player here is basically safe because I know that Doghead doesn't favor early aggression, and the Atreides is not the greatest early aggression faction anyway, and he's got Winsikia, so he's going to be able to SimCity here a bit. Now the nice thing with his opening is that he has 2 special regions right there, so that's going to be crucial for him for his crafts workshop production later, where he's going to try to use the power of Winsikia to get double crafts workshops to get his hegemony production up. So looking nice. I don't know what traits the villages around him have, but he has a rare earth mineral village. In the beginning, it can kind of be hard to get the Corrino economy off the ground. You can see his negative 28 Solari, because Winsikia does have that double upkeep for buildings as one of her built-in traits. But she also lets you build 2 of them, so once you build the second one, the upkeep is reduced. But at the same time, if you're building 2 recruitment offices, you know, you have to pay upkeep on recruitment offices, which is one of the more upkeep heavy buildings in the game. Not only then you have 2 of them, so he's got to manage his early economy well, get Corrino off the ground, and then once the economic problem is figured out with Corrino, that's when the Corrino power spike comes into play, and they start to snowball. And we're gonna see another key thing with him today is we're gonna see where he chooses to place his second base. He's pillaging. I guess that village is not too bad. Ideally, you don't want to pillage anything immediately around your main base, because you're gonna have to capture those territories. Corrino is one of the harder factions to expand with, because they do require a lot of authority to capture villages. And we're gonna see where he places his second base. So unless that's where he's placing his second base, then I kind of dig him pillaging that. Too bad we can't see what the Atreides is doing, but that's alright. Harkonnen, still 4 units out. Researching yellow tech at the moment. So no early aggression from him. Doghead, researching green tech. He's got Hark scouted now. He's getting liberated on the bottom. He's got units over there taking care of that. Nice little layout for him too. He's got the Well of Riches on his west, shield wall on his north, good access to spice, so he's guaranteed 3 spice fields. He's got 1 to his bottom left, and I think that one next to the spacing cruiser wreck on the north is going to be his. And it's going to be interesting to see if Hark is going to contest him for that spice field, but I think that's a little bit of stretch for Hark, because Hark's map here, when we get a chance to see it, we're going to see what where his spice fields are, and what he's definitely going to go for, and what's going to be a reach for him. So he's got 1 here to the north. He's got another one to his south, so he's got 2, and then there's another one to the southwest of his main base. I think that's the more right there, where that ornithopter is researching right next to the crescent ridge. So I think that's the more natural spice expansion for him. And then that one in the middle is going to be for Smuggler, and then we're going to see if that's going to become a point of contention for these 2 factions. So early game, you're really looking to see where you want to have the perimeter of your regions moving into the mid and late game, so that you make sure that you're in the hegemony race. Harkonnen built the Harvester Works building first. Now he's building a research center. So no aggression out of Harkonnen, going for an early economic build. I think we're going to see a lot of pillaging from the Harkonnen. He's going to try to farm a siege here with the scab operation. He's going to be sacrificing agents with scab operation to get a lot of early Solari. Harkonnen can get the most Solari early by far. I don't know if he hasn't discovered any sieges yet, but there is a siege POI. Okay, so he's got all his units are leveled up, so they do heal now. So he did a good job of microing his early units. There's a siege POI discovery right in his spice field right there. I know he's going to want to utilize that. So we'll see what happens when he discovers his first siege. Smugglers. He's got 24 CP out. Researching green tech, and not a lot of research out of him yet. Only 6. It's still early though. And he's got 56 authority. So he's capturing the Well of Riches. It's a nice region to get. For sure, he's choosing the Well of Riches over his second spice field. And I'm not sure if that's for the economy or for the hegemony to get his 5k hedge bonus, which he just got. So he's going to be pillaging that spice field, I assume, because he doesn't have the authority to capture it at the moment. Plus 130 economy on the Smuggler. I mean, that's a lot early game. He's about to get his Harvester eaten, and he does. His Harvester gets snagged. There goes that. Oh, that plus 130 was because the Harvester was in greed mode. And that's why it got eaten. Not really a lot of players utilizing greed mode on the Harvester these days. It's much more annoying to get it eaten than having to restaff it with crew members than the temporary boost in Solari production that you get while the Harvester is about to get eaten. Our second Landsrad Council. I think the key vote here is the -1 spice and the plus 30 authority. Corrino's going to want to get that plus 30 authority, but unfortunately he doesn't have the votes for it. Hark with the most votes in the lobby. So we'll see. Smuggler bounty on the authority. That's going to be a big issue because people are going to want that money, especially Corrino early. If I was Corrino, I'd dump all my votes on that. So Smuggler gets it. Smuggler gets the plus 30 authority. Yep. So he's just pillaging the villages around him right now. Not much going on the Smuggler stream. Hark has not found a siege yet. He's building his next main base building. He's going recruitment center in the single slot. That single slot will allow him to research his military tech faster when it's time for him to pivot to research tech. I think he's going to be capturing this Mount Idaho over here for the plascrete production, which is nice. Getting some research out. Capturing Mount Idaho. Still not capturing that siege POI right here. He's going to want to find out where the sieges are as soon as possible. He's going to want to start farming those as soon as possible.
Yes, Majesty.
Corrino now. He's got 15 CP out, still in the negative. He can definitely capture that money POI right there.
We serve the Imperium.
Selling all his spice. And he's still negative 11.
On the offensive.
I think he's baiting those units into his territory because he has maybe a scab operation, scavenger network. No, he doesn't. So he's not getting any Solari for those rebels that he's killing.
Reporting for duty.
He's capturing another Plascrete region. I don't know. He's going political early. Look at that. He went all politics all early. So definitely an interesting playstyle with Corrino. I mean, you could have guessed that he was going to go politics early just because he has Irulan. And she gives you your votes count double on anything that you put a Imperial mandate on. So interesting. A triple blue Corrino. If he puts the Emperor's Monument inside this main base, that means he's going to have a lot of influence and a lot of votes. Everything's going to be doubled. There it goes. There's the Emperor's Monument. So Corrino going full blue early. Now we're going to see what his research is. Okay, now he's pivoting toward red research. He's got the most research out of anyone on the map. He's got 15. So in that respect, he's doing a great job. Struggling on the economic front, though. He got geothermal condensers early. That is an interesting choice. He does have a fuel cell region there, but is that enough to justify getting geothermal condensers? He would have probably been much better served getting tier 4 yellow on the left to get more crew into his spice harvesters. Okay. That's a nice village. It's got ingenious mines over there on a spice village. So he's going to have a lot of spice production with 2 investment offices in that village for sure. For sure.
Reporting for duty.
Alright, back to our smuggler player. Doing standard smuggler things. Running around pillaging. He's got 144 authority. So this is the spice field that I thought would be a natural expansion for Harkonnen. However, it looks like with 150 authority, I think our smuggler player has a different idea here. And yeah, he is going to capture it. So Hark now stuck to possibly contesting the spice field in the middle, which is kind of more on the smuggler side of the map. I wouldn't like this if I was Hark at all. So Doghead doing a good job of setting up his perimeter. Now he can build from the outside in, which I think is a big mistake newer players make. They don't know how to plan the expansion so that they have enough territories at the end before they get boxed in by more aggressively expanding players. So he's got max CP out for what he can. He's got not a lot of research, only 7.2 research. And he's not building any main base buildings at the moment. I'm gonna go to Hark. Hark trying to trade with Atreides. Atreides not having it. Hark now getting his Lands Rat standing up, and he's getting some influence production there. He's going for yellow tech. He's got his embassy and his research center out. He's generating 86 Solari, so not bad early. He has 2 sieges discovered now, and he has a bunch of Serbs out, so... And he's about to make his way over to a siege, I think. And he doesn't have scav operation yet, so he's trying to choose Atreides. He's getting his red tech out. I mean, he'd probably be the first one to get his red tech. Although Smuggler is researching it now too. However, Hark has 9 research, Smugglers with 7. Private mandate here. Smuggler's going to want that. However, he doesn't have the votes anywhere near to get it. Corrino with an absurd amount of votes, by the way. He's got triple blue up there. Smuggler's now putting underground headquarters in all of Corrino's villages. He's got enough red tech out now, but doesn't have any red buildings. So he's still capped at 45 CP. And there's the command post. So now he'll unlock 10 more CP there. Hark now, like, probably wants to take that spice field, because this is going to be tough for Hark only on 2 spices. We can't see what Atreides is doing, but I'm assuming that region that Atreides took to the north of Hark is probably a spice field. Smug don't capture spice fields. Well, we've seen him capture 2 now. So we'll see, Simb. Okay. He's getting, so we have our Corrino player getting drones out. Looks like his computer's not the greatest. His stream's a little choppy, but it still gives us a clue of what's going on. Only generating 2 influence a day. He doesn't have that 2 district blue filled out. He's only got 3, but that gives him a base vote of 200 instead of 100. I'm assuming he's gonna place his other main base in that area that he's pillaging. I don't really see anywhere else he wants to put it. And that'll be like a nice little bunkered position for him, so he's not at risk of losing his second main base. But before we even get to a second main base, he's got to figure out his economic problems, because he only has 1 spice field. He just cannot make any money here at all. And it looks like the trade economy is not working out for him at the moment. So he's selling all his spice. He's only generating 28 Solari a day. Not a good position to be in for Corrino right now. I've been in this position before as Corrino. If you don't get your economy up early enough and you're struggling, it takes a while to get your second main base up. Then your main base buildings are delayed. By then everybody's already bought Chome, and it's look Corrino with a base of 300 votes. Holy Toledo, what a freaking play. Yeah, and you need Chome as Corrino. Corrino's army strength depends directly on Chome. He's now boosting. So he's calculating this. He wants one of these charters. I'm not sure what charter that was. If it was water sellers, I don't know why. He's only got 12 water. But an interesting way to play Corrino. I mean, I love watching these games just because it gives you a view of you know, some of these other strategies that might be overlooked by us that play this game a lot, and then we just get into our routines. Very interesting. So he's taking a special, 30 Solari a day. He might need to pillage that sea chip there. That might be a way for him to get some economy going real fast. Let's see if Zis has started his siege farming yet. I think he just completed it over there on the right. Not sure. He's giving his Serbs an upgrade. He's gonna want those Serbs to die. Okay, he's researching scav operations. So we're about to see him make like a quick 5,000 Solari from all those Serbs. Okay, guys, watch this, and here we go. So he's got that siege on the right. He's gonna position his army there. Then he's gonna drop scav operation and maybe sleeper agent because those guys die in the region. So there goes scav. He's saving sleeper agent, and he's just keep in mind he started this at 159 Solari. 159, 470, 550, 676, 780, 815. That's 1,000 Solari he just earned. That's 1,200 Solari he just earned. 1,400 Solari he just earned. But he's not going to pillage the seats. He's just going to continue to farm it. He's going to rebuild those Serbs whose manpower got refunded. And so that was a quick way to make 1,500 Solari. And he's making more because the unhinged Serbs are now dying. So there's 2,500 Solari. What a play. Probably kind of broken. Probably needs a nerf. But, you know, where are the devs? Where are they? We don't know. Just made another 100 Solari off that Serb dying. So he's going to do this cycle. He's going to start buying Chom up here real greedily real soon. So it was a spice field at a trading stick. So he's on one spice. He has 160 authority. If I was him, I would capture that last remaining spice field that's free on the left over there next to the spacing cruiser. Yeah, good income for him now. 118. He's making 118 off of one spice field. I like that spice field's position. The village is so close to his main base. He doesn't even need an office of order there. He could just suppress it manually, and then the main base will kill all the rebels that come out. So that's kind of huge. Let's check in on our dog head, on our smuggler player. Smugglers, not a lot of economy. Still pillaging. 10 research. He's completing a main base building here. So I'll be curious to see what his main base looks like. I'm sure we'll see it in 1 second when he chooses his next one to build. It's got some mountains over there. The two mountainous regions next to your main base. That's kind of annoying because those are villages that could be either pillaged or taken later. So his layout is my least favorite out of the 3 factions who we can see. Next vote is up. Water Sellers Union. This was Corrino's plan. Corrino wants that really bad because his economy is struggling. Let's just go to his stream and see how he places his votes. Now Smuggler's trying to counter this by putting the smuggler bounty for himself. Corrino. Oh, okay. So Smuggler's not eligible. So Corrino's going to use all his votes on Atreides. That's going to give him probably like 4,000, 3,000 Solari right now. And it's fine because he only has 17 water anyway. There we go, 7,000 Solari. He needed that Solari so desperately. I think that was a mistake from Smugglers. Smugglers overestimating how much water Corrino has. Second base is now available. Now we're going to see where he's choosing to drop it. Is he really looking to do an aggressive base drop here? I highly doubt it. Oh, wow. Okay. So it's a forward position. Interesting. So it's a forward position. It's touching the Imperial Basin. It doesn't give him access to the sink, just the way the village on the sink turned out. It's on the Hark side of the map, so... But at least they'll give him that other spice field over there. For sure. And he's getting drones out, so he'll be playing a drone melee composition. It's pretty standard. And now he's getting some main base buildings out. He's got plenty of plascrete in the bank, so he can start building out these villages. I don't know what he's doing if he... Yeah, because a lot of these villages are not built out. I mean, you can... I know for a fact you don't have a second investment workshop in your first spice field where you have ingenious mines, so you can plus 40, plus 80% spice production if you have two of those investment offices up there. Choosing to put armor break on the drones, I don't like that either, to be honest. I'd rather take the range or the plus. Well, he can't afford the power or the range at the moment. Maybe that's why, because they cost 10 Solari each per drone. His economy's kind of low. So I guess this is the consequence of playing a political heavy Corrino. You are just strapped for cash. I mean, can you imagine if Smuggler had not put the bounty up? What would happen to him? He probably wouldn't even be able to afford his second base right now. So an interesting play style for Corrino. We'll have to see how this plays out for him. Zis, let's just tune to Zis. Zis is probably making so much money right now. He's got 3.2k Solari. He took the spice field that I thought he was going to take. Now him and Smuggler are in a conflict here. He kind of wants this because he has the foots. He doesn't care. This Smuggler army is going to struggle. There's too many units here. Sleeper Agent goes down. The only saving grace here is that it's nighttime. He's trying to micro all these units to pin all these snipers down. These snipers are dead. A hundo P. And now he's getting, although credit to Doghead, he's getting max value out of this tiny army with all the stutter stepping. I think it's nighttime, so it's a lot easier for him. Now he relinquishes the micro. He understands that army's gone. And now Harkonnen, after wiping the Smuggler army, is he going to continue to press forward? Office of Order goes down, so he'll be oppressing that village. He already has martial economy. Researching. Okay, this could be interesting. He's researching missile sabotage. Is he going to be pressing a main base? Is he going to be pressing a main base here, guys? He can. He's only got 55 CP, though. Okay, and here comes a lot of executioners, man. I don't know how I like a lot of executioners against a lot of snipers, man. I would have a bunch of Serbs in there just because they can run down the snipers and then they multiply, and it's a headache to deal with for the snipers. He's got a lot of manpower. He should fully staff that harvester. Getting the Overlord out. This is his plan, guys. He has a spacing cruiser wreck. He's going to have an Overlord much faster than the Smuggler's going to have a Wraith. And he's got a great economy. And his final main base building's coming out. Does he have? He has siege incentives, guys. This could be an interesting game here. We could see it's looking like Hark is trying to just take out Dog. And I'll tell you what, I don't know much about Goat and U12. I do know enough about Doghead. I think Doghead is the biggest threat in this game for Hark because he's simply the more experienced player. He's won a couple of these tournaments. Atreides now making treaties with Hark, so he doesn't have to worry about Atreides stabbing him in the back at the moment. This army is going to get stutter stepped by a bunch of snipers. It all comes down to Chom. Does he have the Chom to build mercs? Now I bet you Doghead's going to make a classic Doghead announcement. He's going to say Hark is all up in here. There's the snipers. And you can do a lot of work with 4 snipers, man. I mean, it's super annoying. There's more units on the left. Okay, he's going to choose to take out that unit right there. Yeah, man, the range on the snipers is so huge. Could start destroying a bunch of stuff over here. Supply drop. He needs supply drop. There he goes. Probably destroy some airfield over there that's by itself. He's running back. He doesn't want to engage just yet. He's going to wait for his Overlord. He's getting some gunners out. Guys, he's going for the main base. He's getting gunners out for armor shred. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He's got a lot of money in the bank. Could probably buy up some Chom here. He needs water desperately. Overlord is out. This is amazing though. God, all these villages need to be built out, but he needs water. Just doesn't have water. Researching supply drop. He's getting, dude, he's going for the kill. You don't get Gatling guns and armor break on your gunners unless you're gonna get the kill. For sure. And I hope that the other players have me muted. Let's just see how Doghead is preparing for this. Hark is attacking me, says Doghead. His back is exposed. Easy. So Doghead getting liberated on the right over there, the Overlord. He's got to be terrified seeing that Overlord. This says, help me kill Smug, please. Does not care about Doghead's announcement to the server. Doghead forced to bifurcate his army at the moment because he doesn't want to lose the Crescent Ridge over there. Can't get the Wraith out. I mean, he's not even close to a Wraith. It's generating no parts. Everyone wins from killing Smuggler, the Baron says. Eye of the Council is up to, I think, Corrino. Dude, killing Smuggler here is going to be so tricky because Corrino has all these votes. Everybody's got a decent Landsrat standing. They're all comparable. Atreides slightly in the lead. Doghead playing some mind games here. I'm fine checking out. Had to be distracting. Had to be distracted so far. Don't know what kind of mind games these are. I don't buy it for a second. Smuggler's stealing the Landsrat. Plus 30 with 50 votes. That's hysterical. Atreides getting Eye of the Council. He's building some scav drones. He's got 55. He's got 53 CP versus Hark's 55. He's researching yellow tech. Hark. This is exciting, guys. Chat, are you guys seeing this? Anybody in the chat with me today? Simb. What up to Simb? Here goes Hark moving in. I swear pushing into Smuggler is so annoying. I think it might be nighttime. And he's got those snipers. And there they are. They're just going to pick away at these units. Slowly but surely. I don't think he cares. I think he's just going to go right for the main base. Here comes the rest of the Smuggler army. This is nuts. The Overlord's a little behind. You got to micro back those gunners. You cannot lose those. Got to use these operations. There goes one gunner. That's a disaster right there. Now he's got to chase these units around while the Overlord tanks. Here come the Mercs. This is the problem with this game right now. Mercs are just like a get out of jail free card. Smuggler making Harkonnen making so much money off of this. This is like a beautiful thing for him. Smuggler's army's gone. I think his Mercs, I don't think he can afford more Mercs. So he's going to get some main base damage done here. Getting operations now. His water is pitiful. He's got 8.6 water. This is great for Harkonnen. Corrino, I don't think Corrino's looking to stop him, to be honest. He's got agents to sack. He's got a couple of agents to sack. I mean, he's doing damage to that base. He's going to fly those units over. They're going to reinforce. He needs supply drop. He's reinforcing supply drop, getting a lot of executioners out. This is great job by Zis. Wow, he chose to do it aggressively. He didn't capture any. He said, yeah, I'm going to tag out. This guy got owned, guys. He got rolled. Can't win them all, I guess. I mean, I've been watching a lot of Doghead's games. His playstyle is incredibly susceptible to this kind of move right here. This is brilliant for recognizing this, to be honest. And here comes the reinforcements. Got to be careful not to lose that Overlord. probably move that Overlord. He's gonna lose that Overlord. That Overlord's about to die. He disconnects. How BM is that? Respect to Doghead. He's a good player, but holy crap. He loses the Overlord. But it doesn't matter. He's dead. This is great for Harkonnen, who's gonna free expand here. Free expansion for Harkonnen now for those side of the map. He just has, okay, in this situation, if you've never done a base siege before, all you have to do is micro back the unit that's being attacked by the main base, and then it'll retarget the one that's closest to it. So right now, that one executioner is taking all the damage, and the other ones are fine. And this is unbelievable. We haven't seen an elimination in a tournament game in like a month and a half early. Kudos to Zis. Well played to Doghead. Zis with a great read. You guys seeing this? Am I the only one hyped about this? This was a lesson from Zis, says Sim. Doing big work on Doghead. Unbelievable. It's so refreshing to see too, because all these games have just been staring contests until like month 6, month 7. Now we have a month 4 elimination. This is like how old Dune used to be. This is great. A lot of territory for him now. A couple of specials, couple of spice fields. He did lose the the Overlord. Man, that was exciting. Tuning back to Corrino. We can't really see what Atreides is doing, but he's playing a typical Atreides game. You know why this was actually brilliant? Corrino cannot contest any of those lands that just opened up because Corrino can't expand as readily as somebody like a Harkonnen who can instill fear in all those villages down there and then capture them later. Atreides, on the other hand, can, but he has to peacefully annex those villages, and then there he's going to have to reinforce through airfields. So it does benefit Atreides and Harkonnen much more than Corrino, but in another respect, like right now we're looking at the Corrino screen, he's got a full 3 blue district built out. So that's less votes that can contest him in the Landsrad. So all players are somehow benefiting from this move by Zis to eliminate Doghead from this game. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think the most interesting thing now is going to be the Landsrad race versus the hegemonic race. Unless Zis is going to pivot here to a Chome race, because from what I can tell, Corrino's economy is pitiful, and the only one that can really contest a Hark right now would be Corrino, but he just didn't build out an economic build here, and for him to be struggling so much with he had to pillage. Oh no, he had to pillage the. Oh no, he had to pillage the shield wall, man. Like that's a reason you want to take for when Sikia to be able to get those crafts workshops out, man. This is tough stuff for Corrino right now economically. Is this back to just making money off of these seed? Like he just sends pure Serbs in there, pure Serbs making money, and yeah, he's pillaging the village, and then he's going after the Fremen units in the siege. Our next vote is up. So Atreides is the only one with charters right now. Corrino with 300 base votes. Atreides with 593 votes total. And Hark with 500 votes total. So even though Corrino has a triple blue build, he just doesn't generate enough influence to compete with Hark and Atreides. Zis is supporting debuffing everybody's Landsrat. He understands the Landsrat game. He doesn't want Atreides to become Gov eligible. He's at 390 right now. So this is going to be an interesting vote. I have a feeling that Atreides is going to greed the vote. He did. He greeded for -50. He got economically greedy, but his win con, I think, is going to be the political game. So Zis hampering Atreides from being Gov eligible by giving him a -30 in the Landsrat. Zis clearly not playing for the political game here. He's going for either Chome or for hegemony. And he just made so much money off of that. It's unbelievable. Oh no, is he going to pillage that completely? He is. Does that mean he doesn't want to farm that anymore? He did. He put something. I don't know if it was the siege though. I think it might have been the village. I think it was the village. It wasn't the siege. It would be a huge mistake to pillage the siege. So he has one siege alliance that he likes. It's the plus 10% resource production. That is a good siege. Remember, if you pillage a siege, your relationship level with the siege automatically goes to 0. And so he has 100% alliance with that siege. So maybe he's gonna put an agent in there. He's getting just Serbs out now. He's gonna. Okay, and here we go. Korean. Okay, I just got a view of the Chom market. Atreides with 15. Hark gonna make his tax barely, and he is gonna try to start to catch up to Atreides and Chom, who's got 15. Corrino with no Chom. That's not where you want to be as Corrino. Um, it's just a very interesting Corrino build. I just want to see where he's gonna take it. I just want to see where he's gonna take it, but he keeps on pillaging villages that he's probably gonna have to capture later. His economy is so low. You know, you don't see him outperforming in the Landsrat either, because the guys are just, even though he has 300 base votes, the guys are making so much more influence than him. Hark have Mad Workshop. It's a huge tech investment, so likely aim for hedge. I think he's going to go for hedge too. He can just suppress those crafts workshops, and he just can slam out hegemony. Yeah, Hark, the second best hegemony generator in the game after Corrino with Monsikia, for sure. I think he should just buy as much Chom as he can, capture as many specials as he can. Here goes Corrino. He's pillaging a siege here. Those drones got to be careful. They're in a weird position. The way this map gen, the units are being forced to run around the hill. So those units are just getting pegged by drones. These guys got to run all the way around. What is this? I love what I saw from this early game. This game, I mean, it's a masterclass. Masterclass on how to punish greed early. I don't know why Corrino's not using, at least use scab operation here. Scab operation would be great. Don't know where those other units are going. Okay, now he sends them back. And this is a cluster F in this little region here. But he eventually cleans it up. Now, is he going to pillage the siege, or did he just farm them? But if he was farming them, it was a mistake because he didn't use scab op. And he's pillaging the siege. Okay, so he's desperate for money. So that's why he's doing that. Nothing in Chom infiltration, so Corrino now getting his, now he's going to be able to get influence. He's getting his 2 blue completed where the monument is, so it's going to be like a double for the 2 blue and a double for the 3 blue. So he's going to be up in influence production. But this took so long for him to accomplish. He missed so many crucial votes already, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that economically speaking, it didn't. I guess he didn't have a second spice field to capture, but he also, I don't think he has his buildings completed in the other spice field, because you can. Okay, he does. He does. Hark now taking the sink. Should be an easy. I think this is gonna be an easy game for Hark, but we've, commentator's curse. We've been wrong. Anything can happen. It can be a surprise Landsrat victory here. 18.4 crafts workshop production. He can farm those rebels down there. He's getting another scab operation out. Not putting an office of order in there, putting an airfield. Okay. I would love to see the Chom market. $15K hedge for Hark. Our Corrino player. with 15k hedge as well, getting 17 passive from the monument. This is a risky move here. Those units might get eaten. Unless that worm is in other territory, I can't tell. His stream's a little laggy. So there's the worm's nest over there, man. Just capture the worm's nest, I would, instead of this region. So if he's gonna pillage this and capture the worm nest, then we're okay. Minus 322 on the economy. Oh my god, he's going negative. He's pillaging this, so he's gonna capture the worm nest. Okay, that's good. Going negative on the economy, though. I think his spice harvester got eaten. Yeah, it definitely got eaten, so now he's really negative. Gotta put that in Chom, broski. There you go. No charter up here. These are kind of irrelevant. I would like to see the Chom market. Somebody's gonna have to buy Chom. If anyone's gonna be buying it, it's probably gonna be Zis. Zis with great votes, man. He's just 100 votes behind Atreides. Atreides is a triple blue completed, so he has 200 base votes instead of 100. Not okay. He's trying to get these assassins. I'm not sure what for. They got the assassins. Okay, so he's gonna be. I think he's gonna go for an assassination attempt on Atreides. He's got a village up there with an airfield, and he's capturing a region down there that I would personally have captured another spice field or the Crescent Ridge. But maybe he's leaving the special region for the end so he can hedge spike, which is also a classic play. And he's gonna be, yep, he's still got the, he's going for an assassination attempt on Atreides. He's got his brainwashed agents and counter intel. He's got good water now. Now he's at 44 water, so he's getting another overlord out. Research is okay. Crafts workshop's going down. Fearless gameplay right now. Not afraid to push the win con at all. So Zis in the driver's seat at the moment. Maybe this will be one of the shorter FFA games where we don't have people sitting around trying to hide their hedge, trying to play second place. Still got a treaty with Atreides, all of them. Zis might just go outright for the win here. I don't think he's deleted his research center yet. He's not close to 20k. Try to hide some of that hegemony. Okay. Got the lovely Corrino theme playing in the background of your recording right now. And he's bunkering up in the sink. Atreides now doing Atreides things. He needs some fuel cells, so he's capturing a spice field in a fuel cell region, and that's what I was talking about with the peaceful annexation. Corrino, the one to benefit least from the elimination of the smuggler player. And I think Ziz can now, this is going to be an interesting situation, because now he can put infiltration cells on opposing sides of the map. And that's going to stretch Atreides kind of thin, if he chooses to do so. Wish we could see what Atreides was doing, but can't. Goat now with the Worm's Nest. His economy has improved. He's probably out of the Chome game. He's got 174 authority banks, so maybe he can take one more region shortly. He's also got Crafts Workshop production out, so and he's building propaganda offices. So he's pushing crafts, he's pushing hegemony. He's got 44, 45. He recognized what Zis was doing early. He did not want to fall behind to Zis. This is going to force Atreides to choose who he wants to attack. Zis now capturing another special. Zis with 17k with 24 passive, and Goat with Goat with 18.9k. He is the leading hedge by far right now. Zis may have just closed the gap a little bit, but he's going to eventually run out of regions to take, and they're going to become super expensive, so he has to make up for it with passive hedge production, which he's doing. So Atreides now is relegated to the king-making position, unless Atreides has a play in the Landsrad or Chome. Unless Atreides starts just capturing villages in the south of the map like crazy. I think assassinating Atreides here might be a mistake, because Corrino's hedging pretty hard. Corrino is hedging pretty hard. There's the Chome market. Atreides with 22 Chome, Hark with 12. Good choming from the Atreides this game. Fantastic. Fantastic choming from the Atreides. Hark instilling fear on all these villages. This is going to be part of the game plan later, to simulcap all these villages at the end. I think a Diplo play here would be interesting right now. I'd send a message over to Atreides, say, hey, he's got double crafts workshops everywhere. He's got propaganda offices everywhere. He's making a lot of passive hedge. Yeah, you want to team up on him a little bit. Go, turning this game around from an economic struggle bus to now doing semi-decent. He's got no Chome though, so his army's not going to benefit from the Chome tech that Corrino has. I think it gives you like 0.5% for every like X amount of shares you own. So he's looking around Atreides' side of the map. Doesn't see a lot of militia, but he has a lot of passive. 71 passive now. These are big numbers. About to go up even further. He's building another crafts workshop, and that one, if he builds, because that one has that plus 20% resource production. If he builds 2 investment offices in there, that one can produce out some major hegemony. I like this game. This is an interesting game. We don't have anybody playing coy here. Everybody's pursuing their win conditions. Nobody's playing any shenanigans, trying to be right behind the front runner. Speaker of the Council, ladies and gentlemen. Speaker of the Council. Zis making a plea to Corrino. Doesn't want Atreides to have it, who has all the influence. Atreides is definitely going for a governor win here. He doesn't. He's not. Okay, he votes Harkonnen. This is good. What a play. Ekes it out by 100 votes. Damper on the plans for Atreides, but still Atreides dominant in the Landsrad with the vote production. That does put a damper on the Atreides plan. So the Atreides has to be careful. If he's going to play the Landsrad game, the hegemonic game can outpace the Landsrad game, especially with somebody who's making 74 passive and half the map open for the Harkonnen to pillage and take later after everything's been instill feared. So he's not going to be captured a lot of regions anymore. Corrino isn't, because he's got only 6 authority generation. He's got propaganda offices everywhere, and for every propaganda office that you make, that is a great village. That is such a great village right there. God, you're getting so much knowledge off that village. You've got scientists, 4 research hubs with 2 investment offices. That village is cranking out a buttload of research. It's great. 7 research out of that village right there. About to turn it up even higher. But yeah, very interesting game. Got a bunch of win conditions in the mix here for these 3 players. I don't think Atreides is gonna get. I think he's just gonna try to get the Chom bonus because Hark's gonna contest Chom pretty well, assuming that he's continuing. Okay, so now he takes that spice field. So this is gonna be even more. Because he's making 1.5k a day, spice exchange rate at 3.9. He's buying. He should be buying Chom. He's probably buying a lot of Chom at the moment. Okay, he deleted his research center. He's putting in so he's gonna, okay, classic play. He's gonna try to put that research center. He's hiding a little bit of hedge here. He's gonna try to put that research center in there as he's simulcapping some regions to hit with the spice tax to get a big hedge spike. He's building a nuke, the insurance nuke. I love that. I love that. Gotta have that. That's why he needed those fuel cells. I don't know if you saw that move right there. It was real quick, but he traded. A lot of people don't know. If you don't have fuel cell regions, you can trade with the Spacing Guild. You can simultaneously produce guild favor and trade for it, and you can get fuel cells out of it. So if you're producing one on one side and you're trading for one at the other, it equals out to 0, so you can get a continuous flow of fuel cells from the Spacing Guild. A lot of people don't know that. There's the big win banner for Corrino, with the first win banner on the board for Corrino in this game. Should we attack him soon, says Atreides? The answer is yes, because all you have to do is liberate one. He doesn't have too much authority. You liberate a couple. It's going to be hard for Corrino to recover that, especially with all those propaganda offices. You know, the propaganda office costs 1 authority. Making mothership and then I'm ready, says Atreides. Goat, though, I think he's got a nice defensive army composition with 4 drones, armor shred, and long range. So that's good. And that armor, I like that. I like the way he built out his artillery drones. He's got armor shred and he's got the Sardaukar with the execution threshold. I like his army composition. It's gonna do work. It's all going to come down to the EMPs. Are the EMPs going to be in the right place to nullify some of those drones so that you can get on top of them? I don't like that he doesn't have his Chronos. He's not even making any guild favor. This is a crazy way to play Corrino, guys. Corrino can make 3 guild favor. That's why a lot of players will favor going economy heavy first in Corrino, because if you're the Chom leader, you get 3 guild favor after you get to 10k hedge. That is so huge. It is so huge. You don't even have to trade for him. You get him passively as long as you're leading in Chom. And so, no mothership for Corrino. No mercs for Corrino. How do you play this game without mercs right now? This is the biggest topic of discussion in this game right now, is how mercs are not only ruining the game, but you gotta have them. Even Fremen players right now are focusing on getting, I'm going to speak for myself when I play Fremen. I need mercs, otherwise I can't compete. If you don't have mercs, you can't compete, and he does not have access to mercs. Those have got to be the most amazing artillery drone strikes anyone's ever seen. He does have a good operations, though, I'll give him that. He's got all his operations built out, and he's generating 26 intel. So, 1 orbital strike. Can it really replace a merc wave? I doubt it. I doubt it, ladies and gentlemen. What is that? 5 FPS. He's got some low FPS, boys. This stream is not pleasant to watch. Hark. Making good. He's got 23k in the bank. Sweet mother of God. 23k Solari in the bank. Why is he not buying? He's making more. He's about to make more. Okay, he's buying. He just hit the slider. He hit the slider, ladies and gentlemen. Big chone purchases happening. 22k just went down to 16k, down to 12k. Buying heavy chone right now, 8k. 4k at a time of chone. No shares available at the moment. 3.5k. So he just bought whatever shares were available. He just bought them all. Getting border defense. Good thing Corrino didn't get plus 30% authority production. That would be the worst for the lobby right now. Be great for Corrino. Oh, who are they gonna put spice on here? Judge of the Council is up to Atreides again, commanding lead in terms of influence. 773 votes compared to Hark's 418 and Corrino's 503. Hark putting some on Atreides, assuming Atreides is going to vote himself in. He does correctly. Atreides voted himself in for judge. He only had to spare 100 base votes to get -1 spice on him, which is fantastic news for him considering Atreides is leading in Chom. I assume before that huge purchase that was just made. I would like to see what the numbers are now because he just spent about 22,000 Solari on Chom. 22,000. Corrino playing without a Chronos this game too. These are going to be key factors in deciding the end. Atreides says he's ready. He says let's wait for 25k. This is all part of his plan. He's going to rope-a-dope these guys. He's going to wait for 25k. I don't know why. Well, I know why. If I was Atreides, I'd be like, bro, you think I'm stupid? Think I'm stupid right now? I know what you're going to do at 25k. You're just going to spike for 5k hedge and win. These guys might not be experienced enough to know what Ziss is planning. Ziss is definitely scheming here. He's got a nuke building. Plenty of intel in the bank too, which is always nice. Corrino now with 79 authority, so he captured another region somewhere. I don't know where exactly. Might have been that region he was pillaging to the top left. So he's got, realistically speaking, he's got one more region that he can realistically capture at a measly 3% authority generation production. 5k went to nuke. Roger that. He bought a nuke, says John. That's where some of that money went from Harkonnen. But most of it did go to Chom. Corrino is just completely boxed in now. Like, he has nowhere to go. He can only he's making 111 passive from 3 specials. Great map layout for Corrino. Corrino probably thinks he has this in the bag, to be honest. Now Hark building what appears probably to be an airfield right there in the polar sink. If I was Corrino, I would nip that in the bud real quick. Put some drones on it, and I could safely attack it from the comfort of my main base. But Hark making a reinforcement point because he's going to Merc wave him. And guess what? Corrino doesn't have access to Mercs. So they can easily take out that main base. Hark now capturing the Crescent Ridge. Not falling too far behind in the hedge race. And so if they destroy the main base, they decap that spice field, and then they decap the Imperial Basin, which is behind that main base. He's kind of done for. Hark with a nuke ready. Hark with a nuke ready. All eyes on Hark this game. He's definitely going to be the aggressor here. Corrino's just going to bunker down. Please fill out that spice harvester. You have so much manpower. Why is that spice harvester not filled out? Airfield complete. There it is. Airfield complete in the polar sink. This is it. Gotta do it. Just moving all his units into position. Gotta get that Overlord over there, man. It's gonna be a long, boring trip. It's got some assassins over there. Okay, so Atreides says Corrino's attacking him. Let's just get a... Ziss's plan is for him to take out the main base. Taking out the main base would be fine. He's not attacking him. He's just pillaging a siege over there. I think Atreides is misrepresenting there a little bit just to get Goat Hark into going, which is part of the mind games that come with playing Dune. And Hark now moving. And yeah, I mean, they've got to act fast because that 100 hedge a day is no joke. That's a big number. That is a big number, ladies and gentlemen. He's got Landsrat Punishers too. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. So that's a really good base killing. Okay, he's getting Missile Sabotage. And Supply Drop. There goes the Hark army. The Overlord is crawling across the polar sink. I wonder if Atreides is going to back him up here. But those drones are going to hit hard real quick. I hope he has padded shielding on his units. Atreides nowhere to be found. He says he's attacking already. I don't see it. Is he playing mind games with him? He is. He's attacking the Worm's Nest. What a pincer maneuver here. In the meantime, the army of Corrino now has to make a decision. I would defend the main base. That main base is so dumb. Okay, he's coming in for the main base. Orbital strike goes down. This Corrino army should just... Good amount of damage being done, though. Sleeper Agent goes down. Those Landsrat Punishers are doing work. They're doing work on that base. Quarter health gone. No supply. Not using supply drop here. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Maybe he wants this army to die. I'm not sure. Big damage going down. He cannot merc here. I don't think they know. I mean, they have to know that he can't merc. That Overlord. Time to say bye. Time to run. Guess he doesn't care. He can build another one. He's got Space and Guild resources. Okay, and here comes the Merc reinforcement. This is what I'm talking about. When you don't have Mercs as Corrino, those drones should focus the Mercs because that Overlord's not doing a lot of damage. It's just an Overlord. Man. Let's go to Ziss's screen here. Chat. We got action in this game, chat. Too bad there's not a lot of people in here today. Not your typical Dune game right now. People making moves. Sim says he feels alive. I'm here with you. I am with you. Johnny Drama, let's go. Stealth search. Somebody's being assassinated. Who is it? It's got to be Atreides. Atreides has to be assassinating Harkonnen. He proved the... Here come the Mercs, man. Gotta target those drones. Mercs. Drones do melt Mercs. I'm gonna go to Goat screen here. Yep, those drones. Oh gosh. They're doing so much work on those Mercs. Look at those Mercs. They're so low, but there's so many. And that's the problem with this game right now. Mercs are the problem, ladies and gentlemen. Mercs killing off the Sard. All the drone survives. He's liberating the Worm's Nest from Corrino. That's huge at only 5 authority generation. And he's going to lose so much passive production from that. He's rebuilding some drones and some units. He needs to rebuild Orbital Strike. He's got the money. He needs Orbital Strike back real bad. These Mercs are going to try to finish off that drone. Finish off the other. Look at this. I mean, Hark can do this. Hark has this kind of money. They can do this. Non-stop. go. This base is probably gonna die. Those drones are gonna finish off that. Those mercs are gonna try to finish off that drone. Here come. Look at it. It's just not gonna stop. How much money does he have? He's building executioners now because he doesn't need any more mercs at the moment. He's 2.4k a day, 4.2 Solari exchange rate. Holy Jesus. Holy Jesus. This base is done. He's just gonna right click the base here. There's not enough units to stop the mercs. I would right click those melee units real quick. Just melt those. I'm telling you, somebody's getting assassinated though. This could be Atreides' turn in this game if he manages to pull off an okay, now he's researching. He knows he's researching a cell search because I think the plan is to Atreides' plan is to cripple Corrino with Hark's help and then assassinate Harkonnen while this is all happening. Hark wise to it, voting to approve the vote to do cell searches, getting a bunch of mercs out, a bunch of executioners. Corrino not out of the woods. These waves are going to keep coming and coming. This is just so bad for Corrino right now. You don't have access to mercs. You can't do anything to stop this. That base is so gone. You got to destroy that airfield too. Got to destroy that airfield. Look at these waves of mercs coming. 2.1k a day. That's it. And here comes the orbital strike, but it's just too late. It is too late. This base is not long for this world. Good playing by Hark. Hark in the driver's seat. Can Atreides pull some kind of secret backdoor assassination here to stop Hark from winning this game? Although Corrino's still leading in hedge. Hark now going to move in. He knows he has to destroy some of these crafts workshops. The best case scenario would be to liberate this region from him. He doesn't have a lot of authority. He's not going to be able to regain Worm's Nest and the Imperial Basin. So Hark now searching for cells. Does not see him. I guess the assassination attempt was actually on Corrino. Atreides kind of tunnel visioning on Corrino, not realizing that Hark is going to be in a great position to win this game. He's capturing the Imperial Basin, ladies and gentlemen. What a play. This is so bold. He's capturing a region on his doorstep. What does he think? He thinks he can just kill Corrino and then he's going for a full domination game? This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. He can do it. He can't murk him. He can't. He might just screw capturing everything. He just might just kill his. Yeah, he's got no mercs, guys. That's what I was saying. This base is dead. He just has to micro his executioners with. He can't build the army fast enough, guys. Hark with either admin burden or defense breaches. 12k in the bank. Life is good. Max spice. He can't possibly sell his spice fast enough. This is not what the Baron said in Dune. The Baron said don't sell it too fast. He doesn't want to tank the price. Hark doesn't care. He has to tank it. He has too much spice. He's max spice. Atreides liberating more regions. Corrino still with a lot of he's still making like 80 passive though. That's the thing. He's gonna lose a lot of hedge when he loses the Imperial Basin right here. It was a good try from Corrino, but now we see the chome count. Atreides almost at 30%. Good choming. Atreides hit the 30% mark. Good choming from Atreides this game. Atreides is choming. Good. Very well. 31 from Atreides. Hark also hitting the slider. Doesn't want him to buy everything. He's got plenty of money in the bank. Corrino now losing a region up north and about to lose the Imperial Basin. Corrino extremely vulnerable here. He can only build 4 units at a time. This is a disaster. He lost. They're gonna wipe him off of Arrakis, guys. Here comes Atreides. Atreides doesn't care. Wait a minute, he's pulling back. Hark now with a staging ground and a special region and the hedge lead. It's a worst case scenario for Atreides, by the way. Atreides he's not gonna be able to chome this game to win. He might be able to Landsrand it, but I doubt he'll be able to Landsrand it before. He's not gonna be able to Landsrand it before Hark gets the hedge win. And here we go. Hark pulling back. Atreides pillaging Corrino. Probably should be trying to make deals with Atreides now, because Hark is in a clear position to win. I don't see any kind of communication from Corrino to Atreides. Corrino now with a measly 49 passive hedge income compared to the 113 that he was at earlier. That's not going to be enough to cut the cheese this late in the game. I think this game is a great takeaway for Corrino. To make sure you have mercs, make sure you go for a little bit more economy early, going Landsrat heavy with an Atreides in the lobby, kind of offset all his plans. Now Corrino with the most votes by far, but he doesn't have a charter. He doesn't even have 450 Landsrat. Architectural surveys, oh my god, if they put this on Corrino, okay, Corrino does Imperial mandate, so he put it on everybody, but doesn't matter. Speaker of the Council is up. Landsrat is kind of irrelevant at this point because Hark's at 25. He's gonna get a hedge win way before anybody else. I bet you Hark is probably building his research center, timing it with the tax that's about to hit. He's not building. Hark says let him live. He's aware he doesn't want to deal with an Atreides Landsrat, but it doesn't matter. I mean, there's 25k. Okay, here it goes. We're looking at the main base buildings. We're gonna get rid of the spying intelligence thing, and we're gonna build the research center. And here we go. Now it's just it's Hark's game to lose. 270 authority in the bank. How much does these villages cost to capture? That's the next question. It's just a problem of math now. Boom, more authority nailed right there from that POI. That was huge. He's already got a crafts workshops and an airfield over there. He's gonna leave one unit. He's gonna leave. Somebody's trying to assassinate him. It's too late, guys. You guys are too late. When somebody gets in the low to mid 20s, this becomes the threat. Especially if they have. He's not gonna let him chome. Especially if they have the authority to capture 2 regions plus build a research center with tax about to hit. He's got to worry about them decapping the Imperial Basin. He's got 3 regions here that have been heavily pillaged all game. They probably cost no authority to capture. And here you go. This is it. It's a masterful display of math, calculation, scheming. There's another region over there to the left of the base. So Hark about to pull a massive win. Well played to Ziz. Atreides clueless about what's happening right now. I think he's trying to assassinate him. I think infiltration cells have went down, but yeah, this is too late. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he says he's still making 49. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know what's going on. 2 regions captured. So that's 1,200. 3 regions captured. That's 1,600. Plus tax. So tax just hit. And the research center is completing. This is GG. Well played. Very interesting game. Very interesting game. I think that the Atreides and Corrino's player lack of experience at the end of the here kind of made the difference. Ziz, a very experienced player, knows exactly what his plan was. Had a strategy from the beginning. 28.1k hedge. And here comes his 29, and here comes the research center, and that's it. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Atreides still lost. It just says it's GG, I think. Yeah, it's over. It's 100% over here. The research center is completing in less than a day. Nobody's liberating anything. And that's all she wrote, ladies. A very interesting game. Nice to see an early elimination. I think Doghead can take something away from this game about a greedy playstyle, and that's it. There's a victory for Hark. So well played, unbelievable stuff. I'm gonna end the recording here. Is this well played? Good job. I saw it coming from a mile away. I'm also the commentator, so I should see it.